It's Ask Hoggy time, and I've got your questions and I'm going to answer them. Have I got a little bit of wisdom for you or not? Let's find out. Now, the first question I've got is from Maz Ahmed, and it's about the Pakistan team resting their core players. Is it the right move or is it the wrong move? Now, he's brought up a couple of interesting points. Is it ruining team morale, and is it losing focus on the way to the World Cup? Are they more intent on losing against Australia, an informed Australian team, with experimenting these young players rather than winning the tournament? Now, Maz, very good question. Australia have done it over the years, especially when they're dominating other international teams. So where you're at the moment, your international team has been travelling a lot over the last 12 months. So it's time for some of your core players to spend a bit of time at home, and you want to have a look at your depth. Also, it's bringing young leadership through. Who is going to stand up if Sarfraz gets injured? Who's going to be the leader in that camp to take the new generation of cricketers through? So I think it's a great experiment, especially against Australia at the moment. It's a good test of those players. A.R. Shazad has asked, if Steve Smith doesn't make runs in the IPL, should he be included in the World Cup? As far as I'm concerned, if Steve Smith doesn't make runs in the IPL, he should not be included in the World Cup. Yes, we've had a bit of a disaster with the sandpaper gate. He's been out of it for 12 months. But just because he was in so much form before there does not make him earn the right to walk straight back in the team. He's got to show that he can put the performances on the board under pressure in the IPL if he wants to partake in that World Cup. Now, Chris Camporelli and Sunil Kumar, they want to know what my World Cup squad would be for Australia. Now, I did that in a couple of vlogs earlier, especially without Richardson. That's why Jai Richardson, his injury, that's why this question's come up. Now, for me, the squad, as I'd seen it, is Warner, Finch, Marsh, Smith, Hanscom, Stoinis, Carey, Coulter-Nile, Cummins, Stark and Zampa is the 11. Remember, Hazelwood's injured as well. Jai Richardson is injured as well right now, so he probably won't be going to the World Cup. On the bench, I've got Lyon, Maxwell, Khawaja, and I've got James Pattinson. Now, you want wicket takers in this World Cup. That's why I've put Pattinson in there. He hasn't played one-day cricket over the last few years, but the way he's performing in Shield cricket right now, he's got to go to England. Now, Fazil Adaftri, who is the best bowler in the 2019 World Cup? Now, spinners, Kuldeep Yadav, definitely the best spinner going in there for me because he's a left-arm Chinaman. Of course, I've got to go with Kuldeep Yadav, but if I was going to go for someone else as well, the South African Imran Tahir, I just think he's starting to find form and he's going to be the trump card for South Africa. Fast bowlers, Jasper Bumrah, you can't beat him. You can use him in the power play overs, you can use him in the middle overs to come in and take a breakthrough, but he's the best death bowler exponent in the death at the end with his reverse swing and his potent Yorkers. So Jasper Bumrah out of the fast bowlers for me. All-rounders, if you're looking at an all-round option with your bowling, you've either got Ben Stokes or Moeen Ali. So England are very lucky that they've got those two all-rounders to add batting depth in their World Cup squad. So Bankar and Rashid Muntaz, they have asked, has IPL improved international cricket and what issues has it caused, if there are any issues? And Rashid's expanded on that one. What's my feeling about IPL and PSL? For me, I was over in with the PSL. I thought it was a great standard of cricket. The IPL is just as good. So all the T20 tournaments around the world are producing entertaining cricket. Now, does it have an effect on international cricket? Yes, some of the superstars are leaving international cricket and playing all these T20 tournaments around the world. They're on the trouble bug. For me, it has made a little bit of a dent in international cricket. You've got AB de Villiers not going to the World Cup. He's not playing Test cricket and he's still young of age. So someone like that, it's disappointing that he's not playing international cricket. But then you look at it, that he has serviced South Africa for such a long period and done it with style. But then someone like a Colin Ingram, who hasn't played much international cricket, has made that step early. So for me, I'd like to see a rule where you have to have tried to play for your international team for a certain amount of period and you can't go on the T20 circuit till you're around about 30 unless you get that release statement from your country. So for me, you can pull it back in and make sure that players are servicing their countries before they go on the T20 leagues. Now, Tarish Butt, he's asked a good question here. A series loss to Australia and no one days before the World Cup, will that affect India's chances in the World Cup, or is playing T20s enough for India to prepare for the tournament? Now, we've already heard Virat Kohli say anyone who performs in T20 or during the IPL, it's not going to have an effect on the World Cup selections. They've already got their squad down pat to what they want. For me, the loss against Australia, they were experimenting. They were definitely experimenting with their middle order. They wanted to find the right combination because India have relied too heavily on the top three. Rohit Sharma, Darwin and Kohli. They're the ones who are making the bulk of the runs, and then you've got MS Dhoni in the middle that has been stabilising the innings. Raidu hasn't been doing that well. They've had other players in there that really haven't lifted and really taken international cricket by storm. That is the area that they've really struggled. And if Hardik Pandya is not right, the genuine all-rounder that you have, they have to have different combinations. So that experimenting with Australia before the World Cup, I think was essential for India, because you may have to change the balance of your team, you may have to change your game plan leading into the World Cup if you have the injuries of Hardik Pandya and other all-rounders throughout your campaign there. But they're the questions that I thought were the best in Ask Hoggy this particular time. Hope you've enjoyed it. Hope I've given a little bit of wisdom. But till next time, I'll see you later.